Hello, hello. Welcome in, guys. How are y'all today? Let me go ahead and fix Facebook. It's still not acting right, so we're going to remove Facebook off of this chat. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. It didn't tell me Facebook wasn't working until literally the last second. All right. There we go. Comments. All right, welcome in to another episode of Signature Moves, Notary Business Podcast. Of course, powered by Grid to Growth. That is our parent company here. I am your host, Amber Gist, and of course, this is Booked on Purpose, where we talk about what it truly means to build a business that's intentional, aligned, and meaningful. Not just busy for the sake of being busy. So a few quick acknowledgments. I want to say a huge thank you to all the paid subscribers on YouTube. Your support does mean everything to me because without you, or with you, sorry, we're able to keep creating next level content like exclusive tutorials and bonus trainings to help you grow smarter and faster. And then to everyone else joining me live, welcome in. Let me know that you're here and drop your city in the chat and say hi. Hello, Elizabeth in Houston. I knew you'd be here. This is your time to connect and show up for yourself and your business. And if you're catching the replay, I still want to say, hey there, how you doing? I see you too. I want you to type the word replay in the chat if you are seeing this at the replay later on today or another day in the comments, and let me know what resonates with you today. Now, before we get into meeting our mentees for today on Booked on Purpose, I have some questions I want my chat to reflect on because after I meet with these amazing mentees, I am going to go in the chat and see if I can assist some of you with any of your pressing questions or concerns. And even if you are at a replay and you write in your things there, I can still come in and reply to assist you or support you in any way. So here are your 3 questions I want you to reflect on so that we can dig deeper. This is for everyone in the chat, okay? What would you change in your business if you made decisions based only on your long-term vision, not pressure or fear? Think about that. I want you to put that in the chat if you can. And there's some deep questions. Yes, they are. All right. Question number 2 is which current services or tasks feel off? And how can you pivot them into something more aligned with your strengths and goals? Okay. Number 3 is what one thing can you say no to this week that creates space for something more purposeful? Okay, that's a big one, especially budget-wise. I said no to Starbucks. I said no to eating out for quite a bit of time to make space and allow my budget for some of the business growth that I needed to happen in the first 2 years of my business. So what's one thing you can say no to this week or longer, a month or 2, to make space for something more purposeful? Drop that in the comments. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to introduce, I'm going to pull up, looks like we had, oh, Val, I'm glad that hi, how are you? You're in. I didn't see you in there earlier. So we have 2 people showed up today. We had more, but that's okay. But we'll talk a little bit about how everyone else can apply. And if you apply and you say you can come, I hope you show up because I'm probably going to just put somebody else in your space next time that is wanting to show up. All right, so let's pull up Weston. Hello, Weston, and hello, Val. Go ahead and say hi to Chad. Hello to the notary community. And we'll go ahead and start. But first, let's see where are people from? Let's see. Adrian is in Pennsylvania. Sugar in South Carolina. Michelle is in Virginia. Hello. We got some North Carolina, Pecora, Plano, Dexter, Mansfield, Texas. Very nice. We've got a good span here. We've got Woodville, Texas, California, Memphis, Tennessee. Hi, Isha. Hello to Temiyako in Plano. All right. I'm happy you're here too, Lillian. I'm so happy. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Val, I am going to have Weston go first, and then I'll pull you up in just a second, okay? All right. And also, I think your mic is muted because I didn't hear you say okay. Okay. I'm going to put you on in just a minute, Val, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Hello, Amber and Val. It's great to be here. My name is Weston Wills. I currently live here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and just getting my mobile notary business off the ground. The services I plan on offering are loan signings, apostasy services, and digital fingerprinting. Glad to be
Okay.
here.
That's a great mixture. So North Carolina. All right. And so how long have you been a notary?
Registered the business in 2023. It was off and on because full time out. Currently a pilot, a flight instructor, so I was really focusing on that. And now I'm flying part time and want to scale the mobile notary business.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so let's get down into it. All right, so we can either go off of questions I have, or we can kind of sprinkle them in as we go. But go ahead and ask your most pressing question, or something that you are challenging, or something that's a roadblock. See if we can help with that area.
Well, for me, it's just really just jumping in and getting it done. And I look at all the notary colleagues out there that are just recently started a business and they're really thriving. So I know it's me. It's really just getting it off the ground, getting my website set up. I signed up with the different databases and I'm getting text messages all the time. Registered with the NNA. It's about to complete my background check so I can get more orders in. So the orders are coming in. I just need to really buckle down and get everything set up in place. But Amber, as I was telling you before, there's some internal housekeeping I need to get done before I really take off with it. So I'm going to sign up with all your courses and make it a one-stop shop and not jump all over the place to get everything done. So I do appreciate it.
You're welcome. And that is part of the overwhelm that I see is jumping in. Some people kind of just pull from here and get this software, this tool here, there. Then it's like I got 10 tools and I got to log in and do all the tools, when really, if you focus maybe on the one tool that does all the 10 things, right?
Right.
And sometimes that appears more expensive, but in reality, it's not, because you're paying a subscription for all those other 10 things. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so it really is important to streamline and to automate as much as possible, and keep everything in one place, because once you get in the thick of it, in the mix of being a notary, it's busy. It's busy, 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 and organization and professionalism has to remain top tier.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can get lost. Otherwise, you can get, blacklisted by some of these signing services if you're continuously late because you forgot to put it in your calendar and it didn't notify you and all this good stuff. But let's go ahead. Let's see. What can you tell me about what systems and tools you already have in place? And we can talk about, you know, after that, maybe some things that you can look at.
Well, the training primarily that was very important. I know what it is, what I want to do, but I want to make sure I completed the training and have that knowledge to, because once those orders come in, I can hit the ground running. Um, I started out with the loan signing system with Mark Wills. I think that was a lot for a lot of us, but that was my first introduction to the loan signing agent space. I was registered with NNA, so I had my background check, I had my E&O insurance, my background screening completed, registered with the different databases. So now it's just getting my robust website like yours and Google Business Profile like yours, because I tried it and there's no shortcuts to this success. And I saw many website options to do. It just didn't work.
Hmm.
So, I stopped kidding myself with it and just knowing that I just need to buckle down and do it right the first time and not take any shortcuts. It'll cost me in the long run.
Okay. It will cost in the long run if you, like you said, if you kind of like take the shortcuts, I should say.
Hmm.
But the major things that are going to be organic traffic and help you catapult your business is going to be that Google business page and a
Right.
website. Because number one, we have to build trust with our client. And the way to build trust is by having that digital footprint. They're going to
Yes.
search you. They're going to research you, just like many of you. Hopefully, I like it when you research me to see who I am and what I've done and if I'm a real legitimate person and educator. But same with you as a notary business owner. If they look you up and your link is broken and they can't find you anywhere, that's a red flag for some people. You don't have any Google presence, no Google reviews. And so it's really important to get that set up. I would encourage you as your first step, though, while you're thinking about getting that website together, is to go ahead and establish that Google business page, because it is quite helpful in getting organic leads. I'll just say
Yes.
that. When it's
I'm going to reach
optimized,
out to you as well because I tried it myself and I had a roadblock with verifications or something happened. And I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I just put it aside. It was just frustrating.
yeah.
So I'm just going to give it one more shot through you and get it done right the first time.
Okay. Well, I want to say don't give it one more shot. Just always keep going, because I'm going to say this. Even myself, all of us are having issues with getting our Google business pages verified. Okay.
Okay.
Even me, I've had to do it like one of my pages 5 times over and over and over. It's just their verification process right now. They're being super picky. And
Yes.
so I've got a student who is on her 10th try and one who was on her 12th try and it's
Oh,
finally
wow.
been verified. Worth it. 100%
Wow.
worth it. Okay. It's
I thought it
not
was
something
just me.
it's not something you give up on. It's something, because it's so worth it. And it's so frustrating that it does keep happening, or they suspend it. But you have to keep trying. I always
Oh,
tell them,
okay.
if you tried it, appealed it, delete it, try again. You got
Okay.
to
That's good to know. I thought it was just me.
you're in charge of your Google business page. You can always delete it and create a new one. If
Oh,
someone
okay.
wanted to be vindictive and leave you 20 bad reviews and lie, delete it and make a new one.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
You can
Okay.
delete
Well,
the
thank
Google
you.
business page, make a new one. They don't want to verify and suspend it, because sometimes they'll flag that page after they've suspended it so many times for keywords that don't match, or they're bots, because sometimes the AI. So bots just pick and choose who they want to kind of harass these days. All right. But sometimes you have to delete it and try again, or create it in a different email. Okay.
Okay.
Don't give up,
All right.
because
Thank you.
it's an uphill battle, but once you get to the top, it's 100% worth it because of all the leads that you get from it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
The traffic. All right. That's
Thank you.
number one to start working on now, because it's not about, a walk in the park at this point. Google used to be easy to get verified like 3 or 4 years ago. They would
Okay.
just send you a postcard in the mail and you're verified. Now it's a lot of things. So I could go on and on and on about that, but we'll work together on that for sure.
Yes. Thank
What
you.
is what is your one offer or service that you feel most confident in delivering right now?
Loan signings. Loan signings.
Okay, loan signings. And so where are you at with that? Are we consistent? Are we getting signing service business, or are we doing direct?
I had two signing services, but the others were direct.
Okay. Okay. And what's the flow? Are you getting like 2 a week, 5 a week, 2 a day? Is it
It was at one time it was like maybe two a week, and then
okay?
as I mentioned before, I'm a flight instructor, so I was flying more and wasn't
Right.
really doing much with the notary business. But now that I'm teaching on a part time basis, and now focusing more on the notary business, I'm seeing more orders come in through the signing agencies.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that's a plus. And I'm going to sign up with some other ones, but I have to complete my background screening. I just took the NNA certification, so now
Okay.
I have to submit my background screening today
Okay. So you
because
need to,
they're asking for an updated profile.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know that's a requirement. So it's me. I'll get it done today.
They'll do that every year. Every year they're
Yes.
gonna they're
Yes.
gonna remind you to recertify and get that background check going again.
Hmm.
So for loan signings, yes, I would say sign up for more than two signing services. If you're looking to pack your schedule a little bit more than 2 times a week, Obviously, do what works for your schedule right now with your other position. But you'll want to put more eggs in your basket by applying and getting on more signing services.
Yes.
And there's a lot of great reputable ones that value their notaries and pay a respectable fee. But just like there's always great notaries and great businesses, just be aware there are bad ones that don't pay, that don't value our service. And so I don't want you to get discouraged if you ever run into one of those. Just delete them off and then move on to a different signing service. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Ones out there, but those few bad ones will give you a bad taste in your mouth, and you'll feel like I don't want to do this anymore. So don't let that distract you. Just move on to another signing service
Okay. Thank you.
and continue that direct work as well. That's going to be obviously more return on your investment, right? You'll get
Yes.
profit that way. Let's see. What other questions do you have for me or anything else you need me to talk with you about?
That's it. Once I complete my background screening and update my profile with the different signing agencies, I can really hit the ground running. I'm looking forward to signing up with your courses, going through the apostille walkthrough, and as well as setting up my Google Business profile as well and my website.
Okay. Well, I look
Thank
forward
you.
to meeting you soon after this to get to work.
Yes, thank you
I
very
don't know if
much.
y'all know, but I love this. I love it. This is
Yes, and
not
thank you for what you're
always
doing for the
not like
community as well.
work. I like it. All right, Weston, thank you for joining us, and I'll talk to you soon. You can stay on the call, or if you need to go ahead to another meeting, you can. And
I'll stick
so,
around. Thanks
okay,
again.
awesome. Thank you. All right, let's take a peek at our chat before we bring Miss Val in. Let's see. Amy says she was verified on Google, but once she added her address, it was unverified, and now on my second time sending a video. So that's pretty normal, Amy. They will unverify you for anything these days. You just have to stay diligent, keep trying, appeal, send in your documentation until it's verified. That's why I always recommend when you start it and you have an address, start it with the address, because if you start it with just a service area and you get booming and you get like 20 reviews and then you try to put your local address in, because obviously that's how you're going to get more business, that whole unverified, and they're going to make you jump through a whole bunch of hoops and loops to get that verified status again. And so I always say, try to do all of it at once, just in case you have to start over and you don't lose all of those Google reviews that you work so hard to get. To meet Tim Tamiako, yes, fifth time with Google. Guys, I think mine was one of my pages 5 times. The other one was 3 times. One of them, they're still not verifying it. And I just got to go back in and keep trying. One of my students 12 times, one of my students 10. We worked diligently. She finally got it together, and I said, don't touch anything. Don't move anything. Once it's done and it's updated, leave it for a little bit. Get it, let it marinate. Otherwise, Google may unverify you again. Okay, so yes, we've got some more people in. I see Georgia's in the house, New Orleans, hi, Conroe, Texas, Austin, and Connecticut. Dorothy, I'm glad you made it in. All right, Val, how are you doing today, Val?
Good, thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
Me too. I signed up for the conference and booked my room, so I'm ready.
Okay, we got it. Okay, this is so fun. Okay, Val, tell us where you're from and just a overview about you, maybe when you started and your main services.
Okay, so I am from Detroit, Michigan. I am a very new notary. I got commissioned in March, I think. I am a nurse. Um, However, at the time I did that, I had a lot of time to really focus on it. And then my mother was diagnosed with cancer, so that kind of pushed that back to the back burner a little bit. But I've been making steps, reading. I've not done one notary yet. I am uh, have had one experience as of yet. I am a member of the National Associations, and I did sign up to take the loan signing course. So I did not. I did the background thing. I'm also a member of the Michigan Notary Association. So, and I do go to the meetings and look at the website and trying to just gain knowledge and comfortability because I don't think I have that just yet. I listen to a lot of things. I would like my service to do more than just notarize wills and different things, loan signing, apostilles. So a lot of things kind of confuse me or I'm unsure about. So that's where I'm at. One of the fair, an expungement fair, the Michigan Notary Association, they're having next month, told me to go to that. They'll have tons of experience you can get notarizing things. So I think I'm going to attend that. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's where I am. I do
Okay.
have a business name. I have all those things. I did not advertise on Google yet because I haven't, I want to feel comfortable in offering a service and I don't just yet. So I didn't
Okay.
do that.
Okay. So that's exactly what I was going to say is what I'm getting from where you are right now is you're new, but you don't feel confident yet in providing the service,
Right.
right? And so the way we gain confidence is through practice and through education. And so you have to practice. And when I say practice, this doesn't necessarily mean someone has to book you. You need to practice with a family member, practice in the mirror, practice on a call with someone. Okay.
Mhm.
Practice going through the oath or affirmation, saying it out loud. If you're doing loan signings, print out the documents, practice a session going through explaining the documents, even if it's to yourself. Repetition is always going to be your friend. And that's only going to help build confidence. And then the other part is just education. Um, One thing I will say is don't get overloaded with so much education and then not put that education to use and do what they tell you to do in the education. Because sometimes we can just take education, take this class, and you just want to do all the things, but that's also an easy way to overwhelm. All right. So you
Mhm.
need to start simple. Um, you said you took the like a basic notary training. Did you take that?
Yes.
Okay. And in that basic notary training, was it explicitly teaching you how to notarize a document, all the different parts of the notarization, the body, the venue, the signature, where your stamp goes, and overview of your laws? If it didn't have that, then you need to take a different kind of training, which I'll suggest next.
Okay. It did not have that. It touched a little bit on there, and it talked a little bit about laws. I did read my bylaws, and I did get the little Michigan book too
Okay.
from the NNA. But no, that's what I want. Like exactly where
Okay.
that should go, what that wordage is. That.
Okay. So
So
I always recommend, even though I have a notary one-on-one training, I always recommend the Notary Essentials class at the National Notary Association. It is state specific and it will explicitly tell you, here is this, this is what it means, do this. Here is this is what it means, put your name here. It's very
okay,
step by step and it pertains to your specific state. My Notary 101 class is business based. I'm showing you how to build the business marketing structure, all that. I'll tell you how to get commission too, but even in my class, I always recommend take the Notary Essentials class if your state hasn't provided that class already, because some states don't provide that basic class, even though they should, in my opinion. But
right,
the National Notary Association, it's called Notary Essentials Registered. It's their one of their trademark classes that they update every year, and I take it. It's part of my ongoing training for myself.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
You never can learn too much. And you should always be learning is what I like to say a lot in my classes. Always be learning. Even if you're a 10-year notary, some things change. Okay, so go ahead and take that Notary Essentials class. That should give you the confidence for basic notarization, so that you won't, notarize incorrectly. Okay.
okay.
Now, the rest of the business structure, you said you have a business name. What is your business type? Is it a sole proprietorship or an LLC?
LLC.
LLC. Okay, so did you establish the domain to match your name so that you could save it for whenever you're ready to build a website?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a domain. Do you have a website, or did you just buy the
Nope.
domain?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope. Just a
Okay.
minute. The
Still
website.
smart move to go ahead and buy the domain, even though you don't have a website yet. All right, and then you need to establish how you're getting paid. I always say you want to always separate business and personal. So a business bank account, which is easy to obtain if you have your LLC and your papers from your LLC. Usually you can go through the financial institution you're already banking at, such as Chase or Bank of America. But if not, you can go to one of those. It's just easier if you're already a member for them to obtain your personal information to qualify you for the business bank account. Okay.
Well, I looked at a couple of banks and they wanted, and I haven't even started yet. And they wanted for a business account. Maybe I shouldn't have labeled it that. Like to have always have like a balance of 2,500 or 5,000. So
That's not the
I
best for you then.
yeah, right.
There's a lot of
So I
other
was
ones.
gonna look at different banks, and I could have did mine, but I was just like
What
gathering
bank was that?
information.
What
Huh?
bank was what bank was that, if you don't mind sharing?
No, no, no. It was Bank of America and Michigan First Credit Union.
Okay. Try Bluevine. It's an online bank account. It's the first one I did. I got approved and did it in like 10 minutes online. It's an online bank financial
Did you
institution.
say Blue Line or Blue?
Blue Vine. So the color blue and then Vine, Vine, one word, Blue
Oh,
Vine.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
And so they have great online banking. I've uploaded lots of checks just through their mobile app because, well, you're new, but when you're working with signing services, sometimes they'll give you an e-check and you'll need to print the e-check and upload it into your bank account. And so they offer all of those services.
Okay.
Um, Chase is really good too. And then the other one is NBKC Bank. It's out of Kansas, even though I'm in Texas, anybody can get a bank there, but their banking is great. Their
Oh,
business
okay.
is easy and great to get. Okay, Navy Federal. I have a Navy. I know, guys, I have too many accounts. Yes, I have a Navy Federal. If you're a Navy Federal,
Federal.
yours is good too. Um, then one other account I suggest you get and run payments through if you can, if you want to in the future get funding or get business credit, is if you go ahead and establish a business PayPal account. They will usually within the first 3 months or so go ahead and give you a business credit card, or you can apply for a business loan to fund any of the equipment you might need for your business. Okay. And also, it's another source of ways people can pay you is through your business PayPal account.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. So we were talking about confidence in what you did and structuring. So it sounds like you've got most of the structure down for your business. Now it's just the confidence in learning what services you want to offer. So we've got to get those basic notarization. I'm sorry, the basic notary um, skills down by taking, I would say, Notary Essentials. And then I would go ahead and start that Google business page because I don't know if you've heard when I was speaking to Weston that it is
Yes.
difficult. And so the sooner you start, the better. That doesn't mean people are going to start calling a million times a day. It just means you're established when you are ready. Because if it
Okay.
takes 2 months to get established on Google, why not start now versus waiting 2 months after you've taken all these training classes and then you got to wait another however long it takes Google to establish you. Okay, so
Okay.
start Google right now,
Okay.
immediately. Okay. I always suggest for a Google business page to go ahead and get a virtual address that is such as like a co-working space or Regis where they allow you to pay maybe $40 to $60 a month for you to use their address as your business location. And if you needed to assist clients there, you can do that as well. You can rent out space or just go in their common areas. And what this does is you show up a lot higher in Google search because statistics show research. You can do this on your own through SEMrush or through Locale. to see what are the words people are using in Google to find their notaries. And number one is always notary near me. And if you are only on Google as a service area of all of Texas, are you near the customer? No,
Mm-hmm.
you're not. You're not going to be the first one or first three Google puts you at, unless you're paying for an ad. Now, if you pay for an ad, Google would put you maybe first on that list. But if you're not paying for ads, you're not going to come up in the top three or even five if you don't have anything local. And so what that does is even you can even put appointments only. You can put um, appointment required. All right. But what it will show up as when they say notary near me, they can see that you're physically 5 minutes from them. You're physically 10 minutes. So even if I made an appointment right now, chances are you can get to the appointment in 15 to 30 minutes. Versus if a service area is the whole state, right? I don't know really how close you are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing with that Google page is you've got to start collecting reviews. Now, if for all my friends out here who've been notaries or you've done free notarizations or you plan to do free notarizations to get experience, I commend you. That's great. You always need to tell whoever you give a free notarization, then they need to pay you in a Google review. Because ultimately, if they want to support you, they will not mind giving you a Google review. It helps you, it helps your ranking, it helps build trust with your other customers that are looking to hire you. Okay. You want to get Google reviews. You can go and ask past customers for Google reviews. Okay. Let's say you got established on Google as a notary today, but you've been notarizing for free, 2 years ago at the local community center at church. I would still go and ask those members if you're still able to communicate with them to give you a review. Okay. Um, I'm spending so much time on it because I just want to, convey that it's very important. Your Google
Okay,
business
I
page.
understand.
Okay. Your next service is the same as that. You just need to educate yourself on the process. And you said you wanted to do apostille and estate planning.
Loan signing.
Loan signing. Okay. So yes, you need to take the loan signing training. Like I was telling Weston, or I think maybe I was telling you, print whatever training you take, print the documents out because a good training program will give you packets of loan signings to print out to practice with. Okay. Uh-oh, Val, looks like we lost you there. Are you still in? You there?
Yes.
Okay. And so once you take the training, right, practice. You just
Yeah.
practice, sign up with the signing services. And when you get a call or when they ask if you're available, you're going to be scared, you're going to be nervous, but you still click accept because you're never going to get started. You're never going to get over that fear unless you go ahead and do it. Okay.
Okay. That's
All
true.
right. What other questions do you have that could help you right now move to the next step?
No, I think this has been very helpful, and I'm already feel a little better. And I think that I'm going to get on the ANA and sign up for that essentials course too. So
Notary Essentials. It's amazing, and they
good.
update it frequently.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so
All
much.
right, Miss Val. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to let you go. I think we've got one more. Maya came in. We'll see if she's available, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you soon. Talk soon, and I'll see you in September.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, let's take a peek at some of the questions. Tammy says Navy Federal, absolutely very good. Lady V, does it matter how close does it matter how close your virtual address is to your home? No, you want your virtual address to be in a busy area, a area where it is high traffic, a downtown area, a booming business area, a business city. Okay, so for example, this location I'm at here, all of the people in this office are entrepreneurs, business owners, lawyers, attorneys, insurance agents. All right. And then also the city itself This is where I talk a lot about that market research. You don't want to get a building in a rural area where there's literally, not very many people doing business and things like that, hustle and bustle. All right. You want to find somewhere where it's kind of compact. There's a lot of people because you'll get more traction that way. Um, my home happens to be about 20 minutes from here, but I've got multiple locations. I've got a location an hour away from here where I send my mom on business notary appointments, right? That's not close to me. It doesn't matter. Google's not going to say how close is your home address to your business address because that's not relevant. Okay. You can work anywhere you want. Okay. If I want to base this in Florida and just have all my Florida notaries go to my appointments, then I'd open a Google business page in Florida. Okay. Let's see. What loan signing services do you recommend? Lakeisha, there's a million of them, but you need to start with the most obvious basic ones that most everybody does is signing order, SnapDocs, Jot, um, Notary Dash. Start with those. Those are the big main ones. But I will tell you, there's a hundred other ones, and there's a lot of great smaller ones. All right. So you've got to just do your research. Usually, whatever loan signing training, ours included, give you a list of the signing services within the training. Okay. Um, Amy Bryant, you're very right. Tamika, I'm not good with marketing, but I have a website and a Google business page. What is the best way to get clients? I've only had one so far. Um, okay, the question is, you can have a website and a Google business page. Are they optimized? That's the question. Does it have an FAQ section? Are you updating with photos weekly? Are you updating with updates weekly? Are you updating your hours every time a new holiday comes? Google pushes businesses that are open versus ones that are closed up higher on the list that week. Um, have you set specific products or services on your Google page? Are all your links linking directly to that specific link to book your service on your website? Those are ways to optimize. The other way, you said you're not good with marketing. Take some marketing classes, guys. That was part of my whole thing. A lot of people get into this and they only want to take notary classes. Well, a big part of being a notary business owner is marketing, is networking, is speaking to people. If that is not your forte, then you need to take marketing classes. You need to get comfortable with how to speak about yourself and your services. Practice at home. You've got to learn how to market if you want people to find you. None of us notaries that are making a living doing this sat in our home and office and people were knocking at our door. We went out to get the business. We learned. I'm very introverted. However, I needed to have a thriving business. So I'm an introvert outside of being a notary. Okay. When I'm a notary and getting business, then I'm a talker. I ask questions. I ask about their business. I ask them how I can assist you. I provide tools and resources. All right. Start with Tamika, my number one marketing for you, I would say, is to join your local chamber of commerce and be active. Okay. Don't join and then just stay home. When they have the meetings, go. When they have the meetings, go. There was one more question I wanted to address before I went on to Maya. And I lost that question. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to look at it again in a minute. Saw a good question that I wanted to address, but I don't see it again. Okay, Maya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
Hi, how
Hi,
are
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Nice to, oops, how do I do this? What's going on? I'm trying to get these questions back up. Okay, there we are. Okay, Maya, thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you for being patient and waiting a little bit while we talk to Weston and Val. So basically, what we've been going through is if you can tell us your name, where you're from, and then kind of an overview of what's happening with your business, how long you've been a notary.
Okay, so my name is Maya Smiley. I'm actually also from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
I've been a notary since September. It started with my job, my 9 to 5. Then when I seen all the different things that notaries can do and make money, that's when I decided to create my own business, and that was structured in February of this
Okay.
year. So I have been notarizing. I've done some loan signings. Apostille is what I really want to make like my go-to service. So I'm trying to market and get my name out there, with the right places.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So what systems and tools do you have currently to run that business that you've got started since February?
As far as
Anything, ways to how people, how like when a customer finds you, what systems are in place to book with them, get payment.
so
Um,
I do have a website.
you go ahead.
I have a website. I do have my Google business profile. It's up and running. I use Calendly that's connected to my website for people to book. I have social media platforms. I'm not as active as I should be. So I know I need to step that up a little bit more.
Okay.
So, and I also was considering just putting together like some marketing folders and going around to different like immigration offices, attorneys to kind of spread the word for the apostille service. Do you think that would be a good idea?
I do. I do. Email marketing as well.
Okay.
Don't sleep on email marketing. Um, it takes some finesse and it takes some patience
Hmm.
because attorneys are very busy and sometimes they might not even reply or acknowledge you that
Right.
first initial
Hmm.
visit. Don't let it deter you. Just like with signings for loan people who are loan signing agents and they go market direct to title companies and escrow officers, I used to always say if they don't answer, it's not a no, it's just a not right now. Okay,
Right.
we'll circle back to that. So yeah, absolutely. Um, I would recommend if apostilles are, something that you want to put in the forefront of like a primary service of yours, in addition to the things you're doing. Um, I always come back to first make sure your Google business page is optimized for apostille. Even for me, I added the word apostille to the name of my Google business. So, versus the notary business, now it's notary business and apostille. Okay.
Okay.
In your keywords, you need to have lots of high searchable keywords that people would search for apostille, like
Okay.
authentication, apostille, legalization. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, a lot of your updates need to say apostille in it. Guys, Google picks up keywords. Those are the words you're putting that people are searching. So you've got to put those keywords in. So in addition to optimizing your Google business page to focus on apostille, I would be placing myself in the places where people who require apostilles a lot. So Facebook groups is an underrated marketing avenue.
Okay.
Facebook groups. Okay. So
Mhm.
I'm in many of the cultural Facebook groups that need visas frequently, that need documents for their children that are going abroad to go to school and coming back and forth. I'm in
Okay.
those Facebook groups all the time, and I am making myself available to them through strategic posting or
Okay.
replying to their posts. All right. I don't just go out and say apostle available. You have to be strategic about it. You don't want to be too advertising, too spammy. All right. I even go to posts that were posted um, uh, before, like in the past. So
Hmm.
go into a Facebook page, group page, type your keyword and see all the people that have mentioned it. And I like to go like 3 months back and just mention and respond to all those people who mentioned it
Yes.
back.
Okay.
Because what that does also is when someone new posts asking about it, then your post shows up that you're available and you do this. Okay.
Okay.
Not even, I'm sorry, in addition to that, a lot of the localized Facebook groups, so the mom groups, the dad
Hmm.
groups, the city groups, I'm in the HOA group of my home area. Those people, if you guys believe it or not, they ask for notaries all the time, literally every day
Okay.
because they trust who their neighbors are using for these services over, you know, someone else. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why I do say it's important to have at least a Facebook business page because yes, you can reply and say, hey, I do notary and apostle. But if you say, yes, I'm available for this notarization, this apostle, tag your business page. Oh, this is a real business where it
Okay.
has all of your stuff. your ratings, your reviews, and then link to your website. That's just building trust further and further for them to book with you.
Okay.
Okay. And then addition to that, like I was telling a young lady in the comments, joining the Chamber of Commerce for your local area. All Chamber of Commerce are not created equal. All
Yeah,
right.
I am a part of one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is it active? It needs to be an active one that holds meetings
Yes.
and
Yep. I
things.
try to attend as much as I can.
Okay, good. So
Mhm.
that, and then um, going to some of the conferences and meetings based for like immigration attorneys.
Okay.
They have conferences all over the world where that's all the conference is about, is immigration. So you want to insert yourself if you can to anything like that.
Okay.
But then just let that Google business page work for you. Google, when you begin a Google page, if you go in the back end, you usually will get about a $1,000 ad credit. I would play with my ad credit on the primary service that I want to offer.
Okay.
And Google does very well with pushing your service out when you use their ads.
Okay.
So use that $1,000 credit, but do write down and take your metrics and analytics. Okay. So on
Okay.
the Google page, you see how many people are logged in or click your Google business page or find you and what words they search for. Run the $1,000 free Google ad and see the difference. That will tell you if I made $5,000 from this $1,000 free Google business ad, then I can budget further. Maybe I'm going to put $250 on a budget a month or
Mhm.
a quarter to see how much business that can give me. Okay.
So the Google ad is really free? The
Yeah,
1,000? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I want you to try it before you buy it for sure.
Okay.
Because just like me, I'm confident in my services. They're confident that Google ad works.
Okay.
Start calling you because they put you at the top every time someone searches.
Okay.
Okay. And when you start running a Google ad, use it to your advantage and get as many reviews as you can through those customers, because
Okay.
those stores, even if you decide to stop Google ads, you still are retaining those reviews.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I hope that answered your question. I feel like I went off a little bit.
No, it did. It actually did. And I had posted in the chat. I don't know if you saw it. I did do your apostle course,
Okay.
but then I also seen that you have an ebook. Do you think I need both, or is one or the
No,
other? Okay.
no, you don't. And that's what
Okay.
I was going to talk about at the end of this because that's new. The ebook is already the information in the course.
Okay.
Okay. The ebook, and I'll talk about that for the rest of the people joining, is for those that aren't either ready for a full course or already know the basics of apostle and they just want some more guidance. And
Okay.
I'll go over that in a minute. But if you're in my course, you don't need it because it's already in there. I mean,
Okay.
you don't need the ebook.
Okay.
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 And I remember the question someone asked before: do I do estate planning? Yes, we have an estate planning class in our Notary Training Hub. All right, Maya, what's another question or another challenge that you're having?
Um, Mainly just really getting my name out, getting my business name out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a LinkedIn account?
I do. I have a LinkedIn, a Instagram, Facebook, and then I have the Google Business profile page.
Okay. And do you have a content strategy for LinkedIn and Instagram? Okay,
Mm-mm.
so that would be another thing is to have a content strategy. Okay.
Okay.
You can have AI help you with this, but you want to first define who your audience is. Who do you even want to see your posts?
Okay.
That's who you're speaking to. You want to educate and you want to entertain, and then you want to share small bits and pieces about who you are because people
Okay.
like to buy from people. All right.
Okay.
So educate would be fun facts. Did you know how to prepare for your notary appointment? Documents week in apostle. Here's the process for legalization. All that kind of stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Um, You need to create a content calendar. And I
Okay.
recommend you getting a tool that will post to all your channels at one time and schedule them out.
So GoDaddy kind of does that for me. Sometimes I have to tweak the post, but it will post to the Facebook, Instagram, and the Google page. I haven't found anything that'll do like LinkedIn and some of the other sites. Do you know of any that incorporate LinkedIn as well?
Yes, I even have one that incorporates Google Business. So when you post it, it posts also to your Google Business profile.
Okay.
So Social Pilot is
Social pilot. Okay.
that my team is currently using. If you are creating your visuals and graphics through Canva,
Mm-hmm.
Canva has a tool where you can post and schedule. I'm not sure
Really?
if they integrate with the Google business page, but I know they integrate with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and
Oh,
some of the
okay.
other channels. And then Meta Business, but that's only going to post to Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Metrocall is another one. So Social Pilot and Metrocall are going to be paid, obviously. And then Canva, if you already have a pro Canva account, you're already
I
paying for that.
do.
So it's included if you wanted to do that.
Okay.
You would create your graphics and then go into schedule, and you would click which social channels you want all of those posts to go to.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't even know that. And I use Canva all the time.
Yeah, yeah, they do
Okay.
that for sure. And do a little bit of research on how to utilize either Gemini or ChatGPT to create um, optimized captions
Okay.
for your posts, um, because you don't want your post to be too obvious that it's a ChatGPT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, but you want to be personable, and you want to be relevant, and you
Okay.
want to be an authority figure that knows her stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I would recommend for that. All right. Any other questions?
Do you ever do like website audits?
I do them monthly. I do website audits and Google business page audits every month in our
Okay.
Signature Success mentorship community.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, so they'll send me their links and we review and go over it together. Or if they don't want to go over it together, I'll just do it separately.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other questions before I go ahead and go back to chat?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I
Thank
want to
you.
thank you again for taking the time to come in today.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you as well. Okay. I guess we don't need that up in there anymore. Okay, friends, let's go into the chat for a couple more questions, and then I'm going to end out talking about some of the tools and resources that I have that were asked in the chat or in these sessions. Um, as far as getting Carolyn says, as far as getting a business phone number, what platform or service do I recommend? I'm one of the people that will invest in a software that does all the things. All right. So I use what's called Wix. Wix is who I developed my website with. They are my scheduler. They are my payment processor. They gave me a business phone number. They analyzed my Google business profile and a whole bunch of other things. Okay. Um, so I use Wix. Um, I know that some people use the whole all-in-one called Go High Level, which is almost like the same thing, and you can get a business phone number there. And if you've been following me for since 2021, that has changed because I still have the two phones. I've always had two phones, a business phone, a personal phone, right? And what I had before was I bought a separate phone line and phone number to go to another phone because I hate getting business calls on my personal phone. I am one that completely needs to separate business and personal. I need my space from it. And I know if ever my business phone is called ringing, it's business. And then if my personal, if I don't feel like talking or I'm resting, they can leave a message or a text. But if I'm on go and accepting orders for that day, I'm always answering that phone. And so that's what I've done through my cell phone service carrier. But recently, over the past, I think I made the switch about 7 months ago, where I got the business phone number with Wix. And what they do is the phone number that the person calls still goes to my phone, but it says it's from a Wix number. So you don't have to go through a cell phone carrier. And I can text message, I can call, I can do all the same things. But what I liked about it, the reason why I did it, because like I said, automations. All right. I don't have to text every single time. You guys have seen my videos. They call, they get a text message. Okay. If I can't answer, they say, sorry, I missed you. How can I help you? By the way, here's how you book with me. Right? After an appointment, the text message through that automatically thanks them for choosing me and gives them my Google business page review. It also follows up. It also sends them a birthday text message. All right. So that's why I went that route for all the automations, because there's no way I can physically keep up with texting all of my customers all the time, getting all the information. I need automations. And once you get to a certain busyness in your business, you're going to see that automations is your friend. Okay. The sooner you realize that, the better off you are. Do I still offer done for you marketing service? Jason, I cut that off in May because I got too many orders, and I am still working on like 5 orders. And so I don't need to get any more orders. I need to finish those and give everyone the same superior service that I always give. So I will probably open done for you marketing back up after July, because I also take the month of July off for my birthday and to reset. And so that will come back up in July. I'm sorry, August. Then we have the conference coming up, which I'll talk about in a second. Grasshopper is a good alternative as well. Although, okay, one thing about phones like Grasshopper, I did lots of research, guys. I've been doing this and I'm very serious about my business. So I did the research in a Google Voice number, Grasshopper, and sometimes calls don't come through. Okay, I'm one that I don't want to miss, I don't even want to miss one call. All right, so I didn't like that. That's why I went the route to get a business phone line, or now with Wix, because I don't like to miss any calls. I need all my business. I need all my phone. I want to decide if I don't want to take an appointment or not. I don't want Google Voice or Grasshopper to decide not to give me the order because the call didn't come through. Do we have to be in your mentorship for the Google audit? Yes. Yes, yes. What about Google Workspace? Yes, I have Google Workspace. That's for I use Google Workspace. Absolutely. Very good. I love Google. I just don't like their Google Voice for Business. Love, love, love Google. Okay, a couple more questions, and then I will close out with the resources I have. No problem, Gia. Better late than never, right? What's your question again, Gia? Can you rephrase that? The name of the phone service I use in my business, I use Wix, W-I-X. It's an all-inclusive type service or software, website building. All right. All right, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and close out here. You guys can keep the questions coming because I can answer your questions later through chat after this video closes out. Honeybook is great, McKay. Honeybook is great for CRM. For notary business CRM. So like I said, I use Wix for everything, even CRM. But you can use Honeybook. You can use, oh my gosh, my brain just went blank. I have to think of it. Starts with an H, I think. Let me look it up in just a minute. But there's a lot of different CRMs out there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just lost the name of that. It can get a little pricey though. Some of them are pricey. So that's why I recommend when you research and you find something that's like all in one. So you're not having to pay subscription, 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 subscription. Okay. Part of Notary 101 business structure, guys, I talk about a budget. You need to have a budget before you're all are doing anything else. Okay, you need to have a budget. How much are you spending? How much did this cost? How are you replacing that income? Because you need to know when your business finally gets in the green and profitable. Because if you start making $2,000 a month, but it costs $3,000 to start your business, you are not yet profitable. You shouldn't be celebrating much yet until you are profitable. You need to have a budget. You need to stick to your finances. And by budget, yes, I mean talk about finances, talk about expenses, but also how much of a budget am I putting to marketing or education or training, or you know what I mean? Know your budget. Know your budget. Go High Level. Yes, Go High Level is an all-in-one platform, phone, CRM, website, all of the good stuff. Carolyn, for sure. All right, so a couple of updates I want to talk about before we get out of here. I promise it'll only be like 2 minutes, but I have to talk about it. Okay. Don't miss the Empower Notary Summit. It's the event of the year happening this September 20 through the 21st here in Dallas, Texas. If you're not in Dallas, catch a flight. Every time we have this, we have everyone from all over the United States join us. So don't think that you have to be in Dallas, Texas to join us. It's 2 days packed with powerful training, inspired speakers, live workshops, networking, and actionable business strategies. I am teaching apostille profit there as well. Okay. It's for new people, experienced people, people that want marketing, people that want to learn about Ron. We have an attorney state loan signing specialist there to talk about thriving as a signing agent in an attorney state. All right, we've got someone coming in for government contracts. We've got Ron. We've got the Ron Mom. We've got all of them in here. Okay. If you are new to this and new to our platform and you want to be featured on Booked on Purpose, this very mentoring session we're doing, you can do so by clicking the link in the description. You have to apply for, you have to put your information and that you're available on the day that I email and reach out to you. So if you're interested in being on Booked on Purpose live, then you can apply down below. Notary Training Hub is the training center that I am the founder of, where I educate. And so this month's featured offers are the Mastering Apostle Services. It's an ebook, 50 pages. And I have gathered all the resources and put them together. It's the same book I gave out when I had the in-person training here in April. It's the same book I printed and gave to all my students, and we went through the book as I was teaching. And so it is on sale for $27 right now. It's for those of you that are not yet ready to invest in the full course, because obviously in the full course, it's video tutorials, me walking you through, clicking the buttons, showing you where to go for this, that, and the other. So if you're not yet ready for the course, the ebook is the next best thing. Next, we've got Magnetic Marketing. It's a compilation of every single notary marketing training I've done this year in a bundle. Okay, because I put it in a bundle because I get asked all the time about marketing. And so rather than say, here's one, click here for this, it's in a bundle. And I'll continue to add to that bundle as the year ends out. So right now, I believe there are 20 trainings in there in that bundle, all about specifically marketing. Okay, that's it. It's only marketing. And then the last one is the Notary Business Success Toolkit. It is your business organized, automated, and client ready. This is for those of you that are ready to automate and get your things. Let me go over what's in there, because you guys, I don't want y'all to think I'm just telling y'all to, here's what's in it. Okay. It is, you get a notary business structure checklist. You get all attorney drafted agreements for contracting with the following: title company and signing agent, independent contractor, wedding officiant, estate planning, and apostle services. So those are all attorney drafted agreements. Then you'll also get the customer booking automation flow and automation checklist. That's what I just went over. When you get in your website, you want to know, what automations do I do to make my life easier? Okay. What do I need to do in automations? And I'm giving you that. The competitor analysis guide. This is for reaching out, seeing who your competitors are so that you can better price your services and so that you can be the lead notary in your area. I give you the marketing script for loan signing agents, website templates, refund policy, privacy policy, and then your website optimization checklist. So like I said, creating like a Google business page and a website is not enough. It needs to be optimized. And so I'm giving you that checklist as well. So all of those are just in that bundle, All right, I want to say thank you for tuning in today. If you take nothing else away from this session, let it be this: you didn't start this journey to just stay busy. You started to build a business that reflects your purpose. Okay. This is your season to move intentionally, to work with clarity, to grow with confidence. And until next time, I want you to stay focused, stay ready, and stay booked on purpose. All right. I want to say thank you guys, and I will see you guys at the next one. Sign up or join me next Thursday because we'll be doing this again. Thank you again to Weston, Val, and Maya as well. Bye, guys.